Hi everybody, welcome back to Games for Fun and Learning. Today I have language games. Love this category of games. As you know, I was a speech therapist for many, many years, practicing in schools. And these are some of the games that the kids love the most, and they didn't realize they were actually learning. They just thought they were having fun. Let's start with the Guess in 10 series. I have 3 to show you here, but there are so many variations. These are so much fun. So it says these are from ages 6 to 99. Love how easy these are. So it's basically like a card game. And each card has these little clues on it. And everyone in the group has to work together to figure out what I am explaining in that certain category. So for a go-kart, I might say I can usually seat only one rider at a time. I am open from the top. My riders race with each other in a circuit. Then there's some buzzwords. It's small, it's fun. I drive it. And there's just even more on here. You can say that there's some back that goes on land. It has an engine, one traveler, and wheels. So you just keep giving these kind of facts about it, and then the kids have to figure it out. It is a lot of fun. I would get the request to play this every single day. So I have Things That Go, Animal Planet, and States of America, but there are many, many, many more Guess in 10 games. So check those out, but these are fun and, like I said, a crowd pleaser. Next is Train of Thought. And this game is sort of a question game. And there are little conversation questions on each card. And then as you play the game, the idea is to get all 3 cards. It's a train of thought. There are some more complex rules that you need to get different cards in different compartments. I personally don't play it that way, and I think it's just as fun even if you don't. But just fun game to get kids and adults talking. So again, train of thought, that is a fun one. Spingo. Think bingo, but with describing. This game is so much fun. It's a little bit of a splurge. This is a little bit more pricey, but I think it is so worth it. So you get a bunch of different category cards. You can see we have balls here, and then you have cupcakes. We also have lollipops and ice cream. I would say ice cream is everyone's favorite. You get the chips to play, and then you get the dice. So use different dice for different cards. And on the top of each card, it shows the dice that you need to complete that card. So just keep rolling the dice, and then you make sentences to tell everybody what you rolled. So say, for instance, you might have to be looking for a small strawberry cupcake with sprinkles and a candle. And then you have to find that. And if you have it, then you put a chip on there. Whoever gets 3 in a row gets bingo and wins. So Spingo, as the game says, is bingo with a twist, and it is a lot of fun. So that is bingo. I love a word game. This is Categories. This also comes in a card game version. And the idea here is to come up with a word in a category that starts with a certain letter. So, for instance, we have agriculture. And you need to come up with words that have to do with farming for each letter on the card. It does come with a timer that I use with older kids But if I'm playing this with a younger set, we don't use the timer. We just have fun. I think so many of these games are more about fun than actually playing the game and winning. So this is a great family game. You can also play this in the car without even buying the game by just coming up with a word and then saying we're going to name words in that category that start with the letters blah, blah, blah. So really fun, love Scattergories categories. Next we have Blurt, and you've got a fun game board, very basic. And the idea is to move around the game board after you answer these questions. So for instance, an animal that eats only meat is a carnivore. A person who shows people to their seats, usher. And a rounded roof in the shape of a hemisphere, dome. So the way that you pick the question is by rolling the dice, and then you can move that many spaces on the game board. Really fun, really gets kids thinking, and I just love this one because it's working on a language without people even knowing. And the last game for today is Bananagrams. This is kind of along the lines of Scrabble, where you build words. You put all of the words into the center, and then depending on how many players you have, you just split up the letters so everyone gets the same amount of letters to start. The rules are in the bag. And then you have to make words with your letters. And the first person to finish is the winner. There's a little more complex rules. You can read those. But this is a fun game. And I love that it comes in this little banana bag. I hope that you found a fun game to add to your family game nights or to your classroom. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope to see you for the next installment of Games for Fun and Learning.